Hello, how's your week going? I've had a busy week with work, so I haven't been up here very much this week. Now we've also had quite a lot of rain, but today has been, as you can see behind me, it's threatening a little bit, but it's generally been really nice and it's actually really warm. So I came up with big plans. I wanted to try and sort of organise that little greenhouse that I've just got, and I was going to break up some pallets and make some raised beds so I could put my tomato plants in there. Now I've rapidly discovered I was too weak and pathetic and I couldn't break the pallets up, so I've given that up as a bad job. Now at the weekend we planted some cauliflowers and some broccolis and some sprouts and kale, put them all in a little bed that Nick made. I haven't told him yet, but I've discovered about a third of them have all been eaten by the slugs. Now I've come up today to put up some netting to try and protect them from butterflies, but well, the way those slugs are going, I don't think the butterflies are going to get a look in, to be honest, because there won't be anything left. So anyway, I've tried to protect those a little bit with some eggshells and the butterfly netting. Now, the other things I wanted to achieve today is planting out some more of my snapdragons, because they're getting root bound. I've left them in the pots too long, so I've been spreading those out. And I made a bit of a gross discovery, really. I've quickly realised all of these wooden edges, things like the enviromesh, all they're doing is providing a beautiful home for slugs, because I've discovered, well, they're in here, I don't know, there's probably about 30 in there I've discovered. Pretty disgusting. I'm going to go and find a place to dispatch them, relocate them to a new home. I'm sure they'll come back, probably like homing pigeons. So yeah, I'm rapidly thinking, do I want all this wood and plastic up here, because it's just creating a nice habitat for the slugs. Anyhow, that is a job for another day. Now the other thing I wanted to do, if my plants survive that long, I wanted to make some comfrey fertilizer, because where I've got my little £10 greenhouse and my shed that I bought the other day, there is a big comfrey bush, so I wanted to make some comfrey fertilizer. And apparently it really stinks, but if you use water to make it, you put it in a bucket, add water, and then just leave it to stew for a few weeks. But that stinks, so I've heard of another method where you can just pile all the leaves in and stick a big brick on top, and hopefully that's going to be a sort of a fairly odour-free method. So I'm going to give that a whirl, and that is all I'm going to have time for this week, because yeah, I've just been too busy at work. So the aim of the netting I've popped across there is that when all the flowers grow up, they'll grow up through the holes, and if we get more of the storms we had over winter, or a lot of wind, which we probably will, it's going to just protect the stalks a bit droopy in the middle, so I might just reinforce that with another pole. Now I've put the netting up around all the collies and broccoli and sprouts, and I've forgotten what else is in there, could be chard. So I've put the netting up. Initially I was thinking it's to stop butterflies, but it could be an exercise in futility, because any netting on the plot, we've got to leave it a few inches off the ground so that hedgehogs are allowed to get through. So I'm going to show you how I've left it. Please let me know in the comments if it's utterly pointless and those butterflies are just going to go underneath. So I've left a gap like this all the way around, although I'm thinking butterflies are the least of my problems, because at least 3 things have been eaten since we popped these in by the slugs. So I'm getting more fleece, and I popped a load of eggshells around the things that remain. Anyhow, hopefully, if nothing else, it'll stop the birds getting at it. So yeah, although Delilah's probably going to wreck it trying to get her balls back. Well, just goes to show the very things you put up to protect your plants is going to harm them, because I've just removed the enviromesh, nice bit of plastic next to a piece of wood, and there they are. Look at them. Well, it's a miracle I've got anything left. I am feeling a bit defeated. I found this lovely large comfrey plant growing down next to the greenhouse. So I'm going to take lots of the big leaves from the bottom, and I'm going to leave all those beautiful flowers, because the bees absolutely love it. So I've got about half a bucket full there. I'm going to let it grow back, and then I'll add some more to it. I'm just going to stick a big weighty stone on the top, and then as that decomposes over the next sort of 8 weeks or so, it'll create like a syrupy liquid, and then you decant that liquid off, and then you can keep it in a bottle and then mix 1 part of the comfrey fertilizer to about 20 parts of water, and that is going to feed the plants so well, because the roots of the comfrey go really deep into the ground, and they get loads of the nutrients that all of your sort of more shallow rooted plants can't reach. So yeah, a nice organic homemade fertilizer. So yes, hopefully it's not going to smell too bad either. There's one thing the slugs didn't get, and that's the salad. So I'm going to pick some of that first harvest off the plot. I'm going to take some of this salad home for tea. Yay!